All right, guys. So it comes the time where we haven't done this in 81 episodes where Danny's going to slowly seduce our ears by opening up a fresh bottle of tequila.
He's gonna seduce our ears with that pink shirt.
Let's go. Ready with the pink shirt? Let's go.
I got to do this right.
All of
right
it.
here
Well,
at
move the mic a little bit forward so you have some room. Okay, now go. Ready?
It's funny.
Okay, Johnny, hold on.
Oh my god, that should be the new start of the episode. Like that whole. Never mind, fucking punchlines and.
Ready?
That's amazing. That is so cool. We should do the glug 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 glug.
Let's see. Get it up.
Hey,
Show everyone. Hold on.
it did it though.
Okay. Hold on.
Welcome everybody to another exciting episode of On the Couch, where we dive into entrepreneurship, mortgage brokering, and sometimes we got guests. In this episode, we're going to give you the 7 secrets to the 7x70 challenge. Are you ready? Let's go. And if you like this episode, click the like button and share. Let's get started. I'm Johnny Supa, and I'm here with
Danny Cardozo.
That's the first
I had to
time.
do that just because you did that.
the whole we're doing like a slingshot.
That's the first time that Danny actually raised his voice ever.
No, that's not true.
And Johnny,
We've got like 81 videos out right now.
yeah,
Podcasts created. Like,
there's no way you're still nervous. No,
I'm not
chance.
nervous.
Never.
I don't come on this couch nervous, but I have raised my voice on this episode.
I
And
will
we've got
say-
a couple clips that have
Well,
gone out
we're
there.
going to say, wait, why do you raise your voice? It happened a couple of times. What's the name of that brand
Uh-oh.
that does it?
Can we do it?
The name of the brand.
That makes you raise your voice?
The name of the brand. I'm not sure where we're going with this.
It has 2 letters, and it's green and white.
Oh, we're talking about Lender brand.
Yeah.
Okay, not on this episode.
But for whatever reason, whenever we mention that brand, it blows up.
But there is one thing before we get to 7x70 today. There is one comment that actually came up probably a dozen times on YouTube, and I want to address this right now. A lot of people are saying, "How do you guys come up with new topics every single episode? You're
You know
above
what's
80 now."
funny? I was getting out of the car today, and I'm like, I want to talk about how we sit here and we come up with the episode right before we start filming.
Yeah, like for anybody who wants to
And
know,
I hate that.
we put 0 preparation into any of these episodes. We could do a better job. We could, but
We could, and how can we? Let's just
put it in the calendar and plan it.
just
because
like that's it. You just got to block schedule our calendars, and we preach it, but we don't do it for the sevens. I mean,
This we
7:30.
really-
this
we-
is what this episode is going to be about. But we don't do it for this podcast.
we
Which
don't
is crazy.
we wing it.
The
But that-
770 you didn't. 770 was a lot of thought process.
770 was 4
That-
years.
that program, and we're going to talk about how we got the program started and where it's at today. But I mean, Johnny's saying how many years?
It took 4 years to get to the beginning of 770.
Yeah, I mean, we're doing it, I guess, and then we're like, I don't know, how did this all really start? I think I know how this really started. We were looking to, I'm gonna say, improve what our brokerage is doing,
Mhm.
and the reason why we're trying to do that is because we're trying to get new agents, right? That was the whole theory. Let's bring in new agents, but we don't want just new agents. We've been bringing in all those guys coming out of Remick and MPC that just got their mortgage licenses. But what we were really trying to do is going after more experienced agents,
The ones that were stuck.
the ones that were stuck.
Because it started off as like a campaign that we ran, which was called like the Stuck Steves.
Exactly.
And we were going because they say, not that they say, it's truth. Out of 100, out of all the agents, 20% of them are doing 100% of the business.
Mhm.
The other 80% are stuck. They're either doing $2.5 to $7 million a year in production, which is like making $45,000 to $60,000. That's not why you came in this business. Because when we asked them in the interviews, their whys were a lot bigger than what their results were showing. And that's where we were like, okay, well, you're going to school, you're learning compliance, you're joining a brokerage because they know how to do mortgages, but you don't know how to get clients. And, what does it take to be a direct salesperson, a direct marketer, a B2B or B2C salesperson. And that's where, when we took the journey to success, which was very minuscule, like even before we got like the journey was an email. It started off as one email, like
I think when I joined, it was
One email.
you joined the brokerage and you literally got one email.
yeah, I give you one email.
Maybe two, because you get the one from DLC,
Yeah.
right? And then you get the one from Johnny. So that's how the brokerage started.
And then that one email had like 7 steps, 8 steps. Like, okay, this is what we're going to do
100%.
first. This is what we're going to do second. So, and then Danny just took that and analyzed and okay, we got to dive deeper into all these channels.
Well,
and,
we started seeing where we hit the wall, right?
yeah,
And what was slowing us down, really.
Yeah.
With these agents coming into the brokerage. So we fixed that part and we built the blueprint to success. With now it's like,
which is like kind of like what you see behind us, right?
Yeah,
That's kind of the blueprint.
and that's and now it's about, I don't know, I'm gonna say 2 months of emails and tasks and just, you know, calls that you got to jump onto and those kind of things in order to get you prepped into the brokerage. But we came up with the 770 because we wanted to get more out of our agents so that we can run our campaign better. That was the theory.
It was,
Right.
and then it was also coming out of the COVID years, right? So this January is going to be 2 years that we started our first cohort with 770.
Yep.
So at that time, we were coming out of a different market.
Yep.
So in this market, the agents, we talked to, like, one of the questions they asked us at that roundtable was, what are you doing to motivate and inspire your agents in this market? And in the other market, like we all know it was like order taking. Like if I laid a bed, you brought your pillow. Like that's how simple the business was. It was like take an order.
You're
putting
talking
more,
about 2021.
correct.
Yeah, COVID, like
Yeah,
at
but
the beginning of COVID.
After that,
Mid.
you got, you know the numbers. How many agents were entering this business? There was
I think there was 1 year where we had 8,000 new mortgage agents
yeah,
enter this business.
correct. And then all of a sudden you saw a quick drop off because these guys, it wasn't taking orders anymore. Now it's like, okay, we got to do a business. We got to build brand. We have to build presence. We got to build mindset. We have to have daily habits. We got to do unique value propositions. We got to find referral sources. We got to know how to mine our database, workflows, standard operating, like all these things that a business needs. And
yeah,
then,
we had to teach them how to get into sales. And if they really wanted to stay in this business,
Yep.
we had to dig deep into their business and get it out of them personally on a personal level so that they can actually build their business, right? And we can achieve what we wanted to achieve too.
because we were grooming agents, we were
grooming
molding them.
agents. We were trying to mold them to,
Yeah.
at that time was to build a campaign that we're after. And then now, and then all of a sudden the 770 started coming to,
I don't even know how we came up with the name 7x70.
I have no idea.
I don't remember. Stefano, do you remember? Yes. Like, I don't remember the name. Like, I know where it comes from because it comes from the books I've read, studies we've done.
I think it came through a whole bunch of things, right? So we remember one day we're sitting in our office and we were going through the first round of 770. I don't think we really called it 770 at that time, but we were going through the first round of, I don't know, whatever program we called it at the time.
Yeah.
And we're like, hey, this is looking good. I like where this is going. You know, the agents are into it, you know.
Yeah.
We're seeing a lot of progress. So, you know, we had a set date is what it was. And we had, you know, we start on this date and then we end on this date. And it so happened to be somewhere around the 70 days. And then we started putting it, okay, if we take this much time off between this program, we start running it again on another 70-day cycle, and then we sort of calculated how it would fit in the calendar.
That's exactly what it was.
Right?
Yeah.
And then it fit to exactly 70 days.
Because the time off period, how many rounds, how many cohorts were we able to run? And it worked out to be 3 in 1 year.
3 in 1 year.
If we took 45 days off.
We took 45 days off.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
Actually, I mean, after the third, you actually get a little bit more than 45 days off. But I think that's how we sort of came up with the numbers. And then we're like, how many, like, we're trying to, because we're building this campaign, like, what do we want our agents to perform, right? So we started doing some reverse numbers. You know, if you want to be a $20 million producer, how many mortgages do you got to close a month?
Yeah.
Right. And we figured, okay, I don't know if it was the number, I can't remember the numbers that were reversing at the time, but I think
The common
20
number.
million was the common number that you sort of want to be good to be really good at this business. So you need 7 deals in per month in order to get to that number.
I think that, yeah, there was an income number and a volume number that we were trying to get to, because that should be the standard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. That was a long time. That was a while ago.
Yeah,
The thing is that the 7x70 has to be all geared around accountability, right? Isn't that the whole purpose behind
The
it?
whole thing, I think, is geared around discipline. The accountability part is where we come in. And
Oh, really?
yes, well, yeah. Like, so what happened was the first cohort, the first time we ran the 770, it was literally a couple emails. They jumped on some calls. We gave them tasks to do, which we'll dive into, and then we tracked everything using Google Sheets. It was about the disciplines and the actions that you had to do every single day that require you to be a salesperson, an entrepreneur, business for self, knowing how to work on the business before you work in the business. That was the whole setup when we first started. Okay, how do we teach these guys not to come downstairs, open up a file, and dive into, being in reactive mode? Because that's really what a lot of agents do. Like they jump into the reaction of the email or the text message they got or the phone call, instead of working on, mindset conditioning, which is, obviously working your brain, and then working your body, moving the body. And then we have the cold shower metaphor, which we'll dive into each one of them. And then you get into the next task, and then why are they supposed to be scheduled one after another? And I took my whole life's experience being in sales, especially from at the age of 18. I started from knocking on doors to doing all the stuff that we've done. And then with Danny, like we just went narrow and deep on each segment, like every single one. It was really weird because you read all the books and they tell you all the stuff to do, but when you subconsciously are doing it but not really aware that you're doing it, like, is that kind of like how it happened?
Yeah.
Like we weren't really consciously doing it, but it was happening. Like we went narrow and deep on mindset conditioning. We went narrow and deep on the cold shower metaphor, narrow and deep on the 10-3-1, narrow and deep social media, and then tracking metrics and so on. Like,
Well, let's start right here, guys. The rules of engagement.
yes.
Okay, the rules of engagement for the 7x7 for the 70-day commitment. In your words, in your definition, what are these rules of engagement?
So first and foremost, it needs to be keeping the promise you make to yourself, right? Everybody came into this industry for a different why. Some people just want to contribute to their household. Some people want to really crush $20 million a year. But at the end of the day, the habits are the exact same. I don't care if you want to do $1 million or $10 million. The sales habits are the exact same. A lot of teachers out there say it. Dan Martell says it. Like, we all have the same time in a day. Why can I earn $100,000 a year while you're doing $10,000? It's all about the intent. It's all about the deliverability of how you're doing the work and the accountability. And of course, it's about the streaks, right? The days in a row that you're doing it. How many days in a week can you win? How many weeks in the month? How many months in the year? And how many years in a row? That's the whole idea. So the rules of engagement are,
And we sit with the agent to do a quick one-on-one.
Yeah.
So that we can get their whys. Right?
yeah, that's one of the first.
That's one of the first things that we did with all our agents entering the 770 program.
Yeah, what's your why?
What is your why?
And then we dive into limited beliefs. So the rules of engagement are as follows. Every day, you're going to commit to 7 daily tasks. The first task is mindset conditioning, affirmations, and visualizations. If you're not manifesting, like I put a video, I don't know if you saw it this morning, to our group, and it was basically saying, like, you end up where you're looking. And that is the truth in anything. You end up where you're looking. So why not paint the pretty picture? And we talk about how you flip the negative beliefs into a positive belief. So how you have to know how to capture that negative belief and flip it over. So mindset conditioning is the first thing you got to work on every single day. So what are you telling yourself? What are you training your brain? The second rule of engagement is that you have to work and move your body for at least 30 minutes prior to starting your day. Go for a walk, go to the gym. I'm not telling you to diet. I'm not telling you to take a certain yoga class. We're just saying, go move your body, get the blood flowing, get oxygen to your brain. That's number 2. Doesn't need to be complicated, just simple stuff. Number 3 is once you've done that, obviously you're going to take a shower. I take a cold shower because that to me is the most uncomfortable thing, but not everybody wants to take a cold shower. But the metaphor behind that is immediately once you've done those 2 tasks, you've worked the body and you worked your mind and then you worked your body, get yourself dapper, get yourself ready for work, and then go do the hardest task. And a hard task is not about doing 50 push-ups. It's about going and do this thing that makes you really uncomfortable. Like go to the grocery store and talk to 3 people. Record yourself in a mirror on your presentation. Handle objections with somebody right there on this before you make your outbound calls. So that hard task is the biggest win right out the gate. Once you've done that metaphor, and there's a lot more things that you can do. Those are just a few. Once you've done that, you've got all this ball of energy. You've overcome that one obstacle that is the hardest task of the day. That's the biggest win. The rest of the day should be easy. Now you get into the hour of power. The hour of power is it's the heartbeat of the whole 7x70. In that hour, you're making 10 outbound calls. Your goal is to make 3 live connections and book 1 appointment. Now, why does it work that way? Like Danny said, when we reverse engineer it, you got to have 84 conversations to turn it to 25 appointments to get your 7 deals a month. That's the math. Don't ask how it works. It's just the metrics that we've tracked. If you track any sales metrics and you understand the closing percentages, that's how it works out. So 84 conversations, 25 appointments to get 7 deals a month. So what are you doing every day to do that? Once you're done the hour of power, and it's not, again, these are just titles. The hour of power doesn't mean you start at 12 and you finish at 1. It's, you got to complete the task. If it takes you 2 hours, finish it in 2 hours. If you've made 3 phone calls, you made 1 booked appointment, ride that momentum and keep going, right? Don't stop. Once you've done that, now you have real reasons to do your social media. And I'm not saying fake reasons, right? A lot of people talk about things that haven't happened yet. Now you've got a whole day of experiences that you can put 2 stories, 1 copy or 1 post, and 5 DMs. They have to have RRA, reason, react, and answer. That's your DMs. In the stories, you've got reasons to talk. You've made 10 outbound calls. Talk about your experience for the day. Talk about the appointments you had yesterday. Like give real life experience, give real life education. People want to see that you're doing the work, especially when you're calling out to businesses or referral sources. They want to see that you're active. So that's that goal. Once that task is done, then you go on to the next task. The next task is community engagement. That's the price you pay. That's the fee you got to pay in here. Like if you show your wins and you show your losses on the community page, first and foremost, it creates FOMO, which the fear of missing out for everybody else. It's like, holy shit, look at the tribe, look what's happening. Competition creates camaraderie, camaraderie creates a culture. And that's what we really want on that. So that's the community engagement task. And then the last thing, which is the most important, is tracking your metrics. Every single day.
By far the most important.
Yeah, because if you don't track, how can you grow? And every day you get certain points. So a point for every task that you complete. I don't know it off by heart right now. It's written down, but you've got like 2 points for calls, 3 points for live connections, 5 points for a booked appointment, 10 points for a VIP business partner secured, and then another 5 points for the referral partner gained. Then you gain points and badges as the streaks go on. So yes, the whole idea of 7x70 is that it's gamified. That is the key to this 7x7. It's fun. Every day you get SMS messages, you get nudges. There's emails that go out. There's a live call on Mondays that are all about offense, like locker room talk. And then on Fridays, we jump into like defense, like accountability. What have you done? Where are you at? So everybody's sharing their wins. And then people ask me, well, what if I just click that I did everything 100%? Well, you're just lying to yourself. That's where the integrity comes in. So those are the rules of engagement.
So now the thing is that you're allowing them, both of you are allowing them to not lie to themselves. But what about if they do choose the path of maybe if I quickly do this and I quickly do that, what's the point?
Yeah. So I'll tell you this.
Well, I mean, first of all, you invested money here.
Yeah.
So
you got skin in the game.
Yeah. Why do you want to lie on what you've performed? Yeah. Second of all, like, I'm going to say if you're doing 5 million and after the 770, and I'm not going to say after 1, but if you do 2 or 3 and you've lied throughout 2 or 3, and
you'll see the results.
And you're only doing 5 or 6 million, because you're going to probably increase something. Like you lied.
You'll see some results, but you won't see the results.
Yeah, you won't see the results. You won't see the purpose of doing this program.
Yeah.
Do you guys
So-
quiz them though? Do you at each interval, do you question them and see if they've actually done the
So,
homework?
I mean, ultimately on the leaderboard, you're going to see who's doing the tasks and who's earning badges as they climb the summit, right? So the metaphor that we use is like climbing a mountain. You know, halfway through the mountain, you're going to see that you're missing or you need some more oxygen in your tank. So you got to find new gear or new supplies or new tools to really do your job a bit better or be more efficient. But if you're going to go through the day without intent and you're just going through the motions, like, I mean, ultimately what, like, people are watching, right? Like, you told somebody that, hey, I'm going to go get my license. I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to be a mortgage agent. Whether it's your kids, your spouse, your father, your mother, your siblings, your friends, those people are watching you. The people on social media that you post and say you're a mortgage broker or an agent, guys, they're all watching. So why not do it with intent? So that's up to you. At the end of the day, that's where discipline comes in. And, you know, motivation and inspiration, yeah, those are great things, but that only happens and you get motivation and inspiration once you do things consistently and have a repetition of things, I guess, right? In the streaks. That's the whole idea. And yeah, so a lot of people lately have been asking, and there's been a lot of interest in the 7x70. And I think the results, you know, and what we've done, because we've run this 4 times. In the last 2 years, we've run 4 cohorts. So what has been the ROI for our agents or for the agents that have run this? Like, what have we seen? What has been the results?
I'm going to say we've had agents. So we've been a brokerage that sort of went after new agents.
Yeah.
Right.
All of our
we didn't come from
bank world.
the banking world
No.
where, you know, we came into the broker world and we're like ready to do 20 million right off the hop. So everybody in here sort of comes out of being a new agent.
Yep. They have zero mortgage, no portfolio.
no portfolio whatsoever.
They've never been in MMS before. Neither of us have ever worked at any banks. And we've done pretty good. Like,
I'm going to say that a lot of these agents weren't performing many or weren't closing many files per year, never mind per month. So right now we look at our ticker and what's closing, and we have agents that are closing 4 deals a month right now, and they're coming from nowhere and they're now doing 4 deals a month. We've got agents that were doing 3, 4 a year that are now doing 1 or 2 consistently per month. And
then we have the rock stars that are doing 6 deals a month, 7 deals a month. And they came into the brokerage 2 years at another brokerage then they did 5 deals in 1 whole year.
Yeah.
They went through the journey, they did the first 770, and all of a sudden, boom. You know, now 2 years later, it takes time. There's no magic in the 7x. I mean, there is magic in 770. But there's no secret sauce. There's no special scripts that we give you. It's do the daily habits every single day, be habitual with it. And when you pound the pavement pays you back. But the results, you see them when? You see them 30, 60 days after you finish.
Yeah, so sometimes you don't see them, you know, after 7 days, 70 days. You might see them after 6 months. You might see them after a year. Because sometimes the realtors that you contact today, you know, you're going to keep giving them value, or you're going to be giving them touch points throughout.
Or you're sitting on the bench
year.
still because they already have somebody's in place,
And
right?
then all of a sudden, they come to you.
Yeah.
They come to you because now you're following them on Instagram. They come to you because they're watching you on social. They come to you because now you're hitting them up with automation. They come to you because all of a sudden something went wrong in their last deal. They're like, you know what? I really like this person. So now they're coming to you.
Yeah, that happens all the time. Like, I can tell you right now, all my referral sources had people prior to me. Like everybody had somebody prior to, right? Like, I had somebody shooting videos prior to Stefano.
Yeah.
Like, do you know?
Who? I want names.
But we won't say anything. But,
Okay, fine.
But you know what I mean? Like, that's just the way. That's the way it is. So yeah, you're right. Sometimes you don't see all the results, but the idea is once you do phase 1 of the 770, we give you these tasks. Once some of those tasks become habitual, like I'll give you an example. Like Amit does not want the basic phase 1 770. His is more like we do a one-on-one now with Amit, and his habitual habits, I don't need to remind him to do affirmations and workouts and cold showers. He's already doing that habitually.
But wait, you allow people to skip segments?
No, we stack different. So we call them like the power list, right? So Ben Newman, that's where I got it from. So Ben Newman that created this thing called the power list. So that's where all this comes from. Ben Newman, Tim Grover, Andy Frisella, and a Grant Cardone,
Danny Cardozo,
Danny
Johnny
Cardozo,
Supa.
and Johnny Supa.
Like you're leaving us out here.
I was.
I already see where that was going. I'm like, I gotta make sure we're in there. 'Cause
You're absolutely,
And now
you're
you made
absolutely
the
right.
list. You made the list.
Yeah.
But you're saying that you just stack on top of his list.
Yeah, like now I don't need to remind myself to wake up and do affirmations. Like, I mean, the prompt is already on my phone. On my way into the office, as I'm driving, it says affirmations and mindset. And boom, right away, I flip to I am great, I am good. I say a few different things, but you know, every day in every way, I'm getting healthier, wealthier, and wiser. Like these are things that I don't even have to look at the paper anymore. I've said it so many times. I'm perfectly poised for rapid responses. It just, I know when to trigger my mind. So I don't have to remind myself to do that anymore. I just naturally do it. So same guys that have done and gals that have done the 7x70 2 or 3 times now, we have different stacks and there's different habitual habits and there's 7, the rules of 7 are different in the phase 2 and phase 3.
So because you have this habitual habit, Danny, do you abide by the same kind of habits?
Yep.
You do?
100%.
100%. Why are you laughing? I'm curious. No, do
Because
you?
you're asking me as if I wouldn't. So.
No, I'm asking
That's
you
the way I
because
feel.
Johnny is he seems like he's very direct. He cannot miss one. He cannot miss
Johnny has that whole sales mentality. He's had that all his life, right? So he's that part of the 770 where I am a different part of the 770 and I am the background guy in the 770.
Yeah, if you think of a car, like I say this before, if you think of a car dealership, you got sales and you have service. You have that side, which is, you know, the rah, 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 and go, 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 and finish these tasks. And, you know, that aggressive, but coaching, right? Because you want that. You want that aggressive coaching. But then you have the operations guy who's in the back and making sure everybody's happy, everything's working, after sales is proper. Because if we don't have the right after sales, you're never going to have repeat. And that's where, yeah, Danny, we all share the same. Like sometimes maybe even I don't have maybe like the response somebody wants, but believe me, man, we've been working hard on this. We're getting some really good traction right now. We're getting some good eyes on us at the moment. We plan on rolling this out on a bigger scale and
Keep it hush hush. Can't say nothing yet.
yeah, no, definitely. But
there is one thing.
I
One
just-
thing about 7x70.
you know, one of the biggest things is if I tell you when we first started that we would be here right now, I probably be a little skeptical because you don't know, but time's passed. We've done it a few times. The results are there. It's real.
It is real.
Like the results are real. Like look at like we've got agents that were doing 1-2 deals a year. They're doing 1-2 deals a month. And I can tell you this right now, not everybody gave it 100%, right? Because it's hard to give 100%.
And we're not going to call out names, but that's a great time for me to tell you
No,
that.
we're not going to call out names,
No,
but
but before we get to the drink of choice for today, there is one more question I want to ask, and you guys have to be sincere with me and everyone listening right now. What task out of the 7x70 did you both feel it was very hard to achieve for each other?
I'm going to do the cold shower was
Ah.
probably my hardest to go through. Although today, not doing the 770, I have no problem hopping in a cold shower.
Really?
Now, hopping in a cold lake, I don't know. But in a cold shower, I've adapted to
controlling the temperature.
controlling it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like I do start now hot for the first minute. And I do this more for muscle recovery. And then I turn it cold.
Now, when you say turn it cold, is it kind of like a cold plunge vibe that you do?
I turn it cold.
And then you stay in there for what?
I'll do it for a minute and then I'll.
Oh, a minute. Wow,
Yeah,
that's a
yeah,
long time.
3 minutes is really where you want to be, but a minute is definitely, it's hard. It's not easy.
What about you, Johnny? What's the one thing that you say, man, it's a very hard thing for me to stand by or accomplish?
Tracking metrics.
Ah.
Yeah. Like really having at the end of the day, because a lot of the time, sometimes people do it at the end of the week. You can't because you see, in this game, follow-up is key. Okay. And having notes and understanding your metrics at the end of the day is really important because at the end of the week, you know, you might lie to yourself or you might not remember. So tracking metrics every day is the most important. It's been the hardest for me personally, because yeah, okay, I do these tasks, but the 10-3-1 tracking those metrics is extremely hard. That's the hardest.
You know what else is the hardest? Tequila is naturally from Mexico. But yet, the tequila of choice we have today is, it looks to me that it says pantalones.
It does say,
In Italian, it's
pantalones.
pants. Now, Danny, what do you know about pants of choice today?
Why do I feel like we've had this on?
No,
the
never.
episode?
I would have made fun of it. There's no chance. Dude, it's called pants.
Yeah,
I want to.
that's why I feel
guys,
like
you
we
know
had
what?
this on the episode.
I'll tell you something. You know why we haven't? Because I'm looking at the bottle right now and it says organico. Now I'm wondering, what in the hell does that mean? You know, we've never had a bottle on this show that said organic on it.
Yeah.
We haven't?
No. Look at the front, man. It says organic.
Fuck, we've had so many bottles. Just going through the list of bottles,
So this is all-
incredible.
Well, 81 shows. So I'll say this, since we're in this part. The hardest part of the 7x70, you really want to know what the truth is too, is when you're done. What
Done what?
When you're done the 70 days, what do you go back to? Do you go back to your old ways? Do you go back to,
Well, what do you recommend people do?
you stick on it? 70, like the 7x70 is just 70 days to create the habitual habits. It's really 365. Because, and you know, the discipline is Saturday, Sunday, every single week, right? Like, are you going to go off the handle and drink your face off and eat sloppy and, you know, all the wrong things that you've been avoiding, all the sacrifices you've made Monday to Friday, you're going to go throw that away. So I think, you know, at the end of the 7 days, can you enjoy a nice glass of Pantalone? Absolutely. But don't enjoy the whole bottle. Don't be silly. Be disciplined.
Well, do me a favor. While Danny's doing a little bit of research for us, does it say anything on that bottle, maybe on the back, about this organico that it says?
No.
I've never seen a bottle that said organic on it.
Crafted organic by Kiwa, BCS, OKO, Granite.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't know either. It has a couple stamps on the back. 1% for the planet, gluten-free.
Do you see that symbol on the bottle? Is that Aztec at the top? Is that Aztec?
I don't know.
Or you know what? Doesn't it look like a pair of pants?
It says Pantalone. It is Pantalone.
Give me that bottle. For a second.
All right, guys. So it comes the time where we haven't done this in 81 episodes, where Danny's going to slowly seduce our ears by opening up a fresh bottle of tequila.
It's going to seduce our ears with that pink shirt.
Let's go. Ready with the pink shirt? Let's
Like
go.
I got to do this right.
All of
right
it.
here
Well,
at
move the mic a little bit forward so you have some room. Okay, now go. Ready?
It's funny.
Okay, Danny, hold on.
Oh my God. That should be the new start of the episode. Like that whole... Never mind fucking punchlines and...
Ready?
That's amazing. That is so cool. We should do the glug, 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 glug.
Let's see. Get it done.
Hey, dude,
Show everyone. Hold on.
it did it though.
Okay. Hold on. Let me.
Smells like grappa.
Okay, so before we give it a ranking, first and foremost, do we know anything about the organic title that's there?
Okay, so
I think
how
it means- I
about
think-
let's start with
I think they're saying organic because there's no additives to this.
A little bit of info.
we're tasting tequila Pantalones Blanco Organico. It's an organic 100% agave tequila made in Mexico, bottled at 40% ABV, and it comes in a really unique square bottle with clean, almost old world style label. So that's what we're trying.
So let's go with the traditional way of how we rank things. Johnny, why don't you tell everyone in case they don't know after 81 episodes?
So what we do is we rate the bottle out of 10 in 3 categories: appearance, taste, and price. And am I going?
No, Danny's gonna start.
Yeah, so I'll say taste wise, right? Initial flavors, you're going to taste the citrus, pepper, agave minerals in there. The second sip, you'll get more of a depth, sweetness, earthiness with some spice in there.
So what do you think? How do you like the taste?
How do I like non-sweet, and you can see that it's not really that sweet in it. Like sometimes you have these tequilas, man. Remember that Devil's Reserve that we had? Oh my god,
That was all sugar.
Jesus.
Yeah.
And
So what are you giving it out of 10 for taste?
I'm liking this for a Blanco. I'm gonna give this an 8, no problem.
Wow. Okay. Now let's jump to appearance before we get the price.
Let me grab this bottle quickly.
Pants.
What would you say? Yeah, pantalones, obviously Spanish for pants,
That's right.
right? Does this bottle look like a pair of pants?
No.
I'm gonna say yeah.
You say
You
yes?
say like, I feel like
Loafer pants?
yeah, maybe even like a woodworker type of person's pants.
Okay. All right.
Right?
Like a farm worker, yeah.
So appearance wise, what are you giving it?
They do have like the pants
That's
on
right,
the
it's in the back.
agave here in the back.
I thought it was Aztec, but then I realized it's just pants.
No, it's pantalones.
It's pantalon. So these are the pants, and on top of, or sorry, underneath an agave
That's right.
flower there, I guess.
Out of 10.
Plant. Out of 10 for looks.
Yeah.
It's different. Yeah, 8.
Okay.
I'm
And
okay with that.
now price. Are you okay with the price for a Blanco?
$72 Blanco that is
Organic.
no additives in it, and that's what they're saying, I guess. I'm loving it, man. $70, I'll do $70, no problem.
Out of 10.
Out of 10, I'll give this an 8. So an 8 overall.
8 overall.
I'll go 8
All right.
overall on this one.
Johnny.
Yeah. So first initial sip, I'll be quite honest, it tastes like grappa. It has that raw, organico taste to it. It tastes green. Like it tastes like it just came out of the still. Coming from somebody who's like, I like grappa, I like me and my father, we've made grappa in the past. It has that natural taste, that natural alcohol taste to it. So I really enjoyed the taste. I thought it was fantastic.
Out of 10?
Yeah, I'm giving it an 8 for sure.
Now appearance. The pants.
I don't give a. That is a badass bottle.
Ah.
That's a bottle you pull out of your satchel. Like, do you know what I mean? That's a bottle that you're, it's like, look what I got.
Okay. So what are you giving that?
An 8 out of 10. Yeah.
Okay.
And then the price for $70, like, come on. Like,
$74.
yeah, it's not bad. It's not a $35 bottle of St. Remy. Like, you're buying, and if it's everything it says it is, and without, because I mean, nowadays you don't know who's telling the flipping truth anymore. But
Fucked. We need to talk about what we hear in the news sometimes about some of these tequila bottles.
And we will on the next episode.
yeah.
Maybe not, but
What are you going to give it out of 10, Johnny?
Yeah, I think the price is it's right where it needs to be at an 8. So yeah, I'm with Danny on this. 8 across the board for a Blanco. I'm not a big Blanco guy, and I probably wouldn't even mix this. I would probably leave this by itself.
I would have no problem putting soda in this one. I don't know if I would mix it with other like juices.
I'm a neat guy. I like my alcohol neat, but
What about a little chilled with some rocks in there? Would you guys?
all
do
day,
that?
yeah,
All day.
100%. Yeah, I would even put it in a frozen glass. Like
Ah.
I would treat that like a grappa. I would put it in the freezer. Like I would drink that chilled for sure.
So you treat everyone with the love that you give me, and you look right at your camera and you tell them where they can find us.
I thought I'd give another arrow. If you like what you hear on this episode, or you want to participate in the next 7x70 challenge, we have the next cohort being released this October. Stay tuned. Keep an eye out for it. Please like, share, comment, subscribe to our channel. And you can find me at johnnysupa.com or here at Your Nesta Financial in Bolton. And Danny?
on this couch sipping tequila.
Right
Until next time,
that
boys.
bottle's going to be sitting there. That's a great bottle.
See you later, guys.
It is.